Hilton Head Island. Jeremy Coote's trip from his Johns Island home to Hilton Head took a little more than 2 hours on April 20th. His drive was only slightly hindered by a thick flow of Saturday morning traffic, funneling toward the gates of Sea Pines and the 56th RBC Heritage Golf Tournament. It was a nice surprise. Another surprise, the field teeing off in the third round at Harbortown Golf Links, was exactly the same as the one that began play 2 days earlier. "I didn't know there wasn't a cut," Cootes, 49, said. "Had no idea." Indeed, only 69 players descended upon the low country to compete for a $20 million purse, offering up $3.6 million for the winner that was Masters champ Scottie Scheffler. Each of those players remained for the weekend, with even last place Nick Dunlap, who finished 25 shots back, guaranteed $41,400 merely for showing up to work and finishing all 4 rounds. But that's life nowadays for this event and 7 others that form an exclusive club deemed as PGA Tour signature events. They feature smaller fields consisting of players meeting certain competitive criteria: no cuts, larger purses, and more FedEx Cup points than their regular brethren. And they're the direct result of LIV Golf, the now 2-year-old entity that's poached a bevy of elite players, with a seemingly endless supply of cash and a business model that defies the traditional tournament mold. That means fewer tournaments, 54 holes instead of 72, and most notably for the guys who play for pay no cut. Signature moment. Signature events, originally called designated events when they were introduced last year, were how the PGA Tour responded as a way to stop the bleeding of top talent. It's not a full schedule, but there are enough events to perhaps entice the tour's elite to stick with the establishment, at least for the time being, while it continues to figure out what its future looks like. Sometimes that calls for playing even the week after a major championship, traditionally a spot on the schedule the best players usually earmark for recovery. With the Heritage following the Masters, the world was able to see Scheffler slip on a tartan jacket 8 days after claiming a second green jacket. But is he here? If the Heritage had the same status as it did only 2 years ago, that's when Jordan Spieth beat 132 other players for a $1.44 million top prize out of an $8 million purse, an otherwise landmark year money-wise. That's now pedestrian compared to today's juiced-up amounts. Scheffler probably skips it, like many who successfully survive the Augusta National meat grinder, just to catch his breath. Oh, and he also has a very pregnant wife at home. But that signature event status and all that comes with it was enough to lure his weary body to Hilton Head, even if his mind was 1,067 miles away in Dallas.